Hello guys, welcome back to another Linktree trading video. In this one we're going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis on Tesla, ticker TSLA. Reason for this is we can see it is climbing up. At least on Friday it closed up 5% and is pushing back towards that $1,000 target. So where do we see Tesla going and what are our price targets on it? So right now we're currently sitting at $890, which is above its first deviation on the 4 hour. So that is quite good to see because this can turn into support. And the main thing that we'd be looking at is kind of going onto a longer term time frame, like a 20-day, 1 hour, seeing that we now broke this level of 850. And what we'd really be waiting for is a retest of this 850. So we want the stock to pull back. And then when it comes into this 850 area, as long as more buying pressure comes in and it continues up, we would expect a push to that next deviation, which in this case is quite far away and would be near enough that $1,000 target, around $990. So it would be quite good to get a Tesla pullback. If buying pressure comes in, then we would expect an overall push to that next deviation, which in this case is 990. Now, do take into account though, obviously, if markets do turn weak again, Tesla is going to follow that. And most likely not get to that next target. So that is one thing you do have to take into account in this market especially, is that most stocks are going to follow the overall market, including ones like Tesla. So if you see the overall market becoming weak, then it's unlikely for Tesla to obviously continue higher. But if markets do continue higher and Tesla follows that trend, we want that retest at 850 and then we would have that next target of around 990. Now if we can break through that level and hold it, where would be that next target? The next standard deviation target would be around $1,140. With kind of a final target being around 1,300, because this would be the third deviation on the daily and also the fourth deviation on the 4 hour. So it would be really unlikely to see the stock break through here, at least in any in any short-term time frame. So that would kind of be our main target to the upside for now. Now, what other key levels should you be looking out for that maybe aren't standard deviation levels? Maybe just the key psychological resistance. So for example, $1,000, $1,250, all going to be key levels that you want to be paying attention to, because strong psychological levels tend to get sharp sell-offs, and even if you're going to break through it, you do tend to see a pullback before breaking through it the first time. And you can actually see as well, at least 52-week high is on that psychological resistance of around $1,250. So if we were to break that, then obviously that next target or next main target would be $1,300, with a final extreme one and very unlikely one being around $1,450. Now on Tesla, if markets push weak and then Tesla also follows that trend and starts going down, what are going to be our targets? So really we do have a target coming into 104. It's not a target though that we would look to buy because it is a statistical mean. And again, trading within statistical means are usually not a good decision because it's unclear whether the price or the stock will go up or down from this area. So it's usually better to wait for it to kind of push into either the upside or downside, and then look trying to trade that reversion. But coming into 105, that's kind of where if we were holding the stock short, we would most likely look to kind of cover that short and not hold it short anymore. Then where would our buy target start to be? So we could have a buy target of around 690. That doesn't really provide much upside because again we would really only look to trade to the statistical mean, which is around $700. So unless you're looking for a quick day trade, you probably want to be waiting for that next level, which in this case is around 560 and 540, and those would be some strong support levels if the stock to continue down, with the next one being at 410, 386, and a final one being at 262. Now, what other levels should you also be looking out for? Obviously, you've got the 52-week low around $1617.50. So coming into here, you may get a bit of a bounce, but we would, if it does come back down to this level, expect to push lower to around 560. What other levels should you be paying attention to? Well, really, just a key psychological level. So $500, if it does come that low, will be a very key level. And that will be quite a strong level, so definitely be paying attention to that. And then you're just going to have, the whole $100, so $600, $400, $700, all these kind of levels, you're gonna have some sort of support and resistance or just movement coming into these levels. So if you're looking to maybe trade them a bit early before they come into deviations, those are definitely levels to be paying attention to. But anyway, that is the main breakdown on Tesla. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next one, and that's it. Peace.
Maybe I'm crazy.